Well, every year, Cape Town and her prolific Southeaster play host to the world's best kiteboarders. The Red Bull King of the Air is considered the pinnacle of big air kiteboarding, and the competition will take place during a 2-week window on the windiest day, starting from tomorrow. Local favourite Josh Emmanuel and 2-time winner of the event, Aaron Hadlow, join us from our Cape Town studio in Sea Point. A very good morning to the both of you and welcome to Morning Live.
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning.
All right, so the defending champion, Nick Jacobson, is back, and there's a total of 18 riders that will be taking part in the event. But Nick said last year that participating in the event is like being in a gladiator ring. Is it that brutal, Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, it can be pretty hard out there. It is difficult. But of course, we're fully trained for it. We're out there all the time. And we're preparing it for the whole year. So it is difficult, it is tough. We're up against some of the best riders in the world for this discipline. So it is tough, but it's what we do and we enjoy it as well.
Josh, the local hopes are on your shoulders. How much pressure are you feeling going into this competition?
Yeah, not too much pressure. Like Aaron was saying, this is what we sort of do. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a good year. I'm hoping the forecast is going to be super good, and yeah, I hope we have a good event.
I want to know how you guys manage to stay in the zone during this 2 weeks, and you know, when the windiest day does come, that you're in that mental space to perform at your best. I mean, how do you maintain that? Aaron, you can take it first.
It's not too difficult. I mean, it's kind of what we do most of the time. So, you know, we have a 2-week window period, and we're looking for the best day. But some of the other days are still windy, so we're able to get out there, practice, you know, keep in the zone in that way. And then, you know, you kind of always know you're waiting for that one big day, preparing in the right way. Make sure to stay free of injury beforehand. And then once the time is on, then you kind of you go into your competition mode, and it's time to compete. So, yeah, it's kind of something that we're used to. We've done it for quite some years now. So, yeah, now it's just time to get out there and show what you can do.
Josh, the beaches are always packed when this event takes place. How do the spectators know when today is the day we are going to compete?
Well, they can follow all the information about when the windiest day will be on Red Bull King of the Air, on Facebook as well as on their website. So yeah, there'll be updates coming continuously to keep everyone informed, to know when the event's going to happen.
There is a big change because this is the 6th time in 2018 that the event will be taking place, and it's actually moved venues to Kite Beach in Bloberg. Just tell us a little bit about how you feel about this venue change. I'm very happy about the change.
In terms of conditions for the riders, it's a huge improvement where Big Bay conditions can be a little bit harder, a little bit lighter than what we usually get at Kite Beach. So yeah, generally up at Kite Beach we'll have up to 5-10 knots more wind, and yeah, the kick is also pretty good up there. So I think this year conditions, if we get the right conditions and wind, I think it's going to be a really good year for everyone. The guys are going to go super big, and it's going to be a good showdown.
Aaron, what does that translate to, 5 to 10 knots? I think that one of the highest heights achieved last year was 20 meters. So in terms of height that you guys achieve with that extra wind, how much is it?
Well, it's really hard to say. I mean, yeah, we're probably doing about maximum around 20 meters last year, and Big Bay is further downwind, so it's further away from where the wind is coming from. So going up to Kite Beach will improve. I mean, I expect to see people up to 25 meters maybe this year. And just being able to use the waves out the front of Kite Beach is gives you a little bit of height, and plus the extra wind will definitely help. But you know, the competition isn't all about maximum height. It's a massive factor, but it's about extreme moves. We have a lot of kite loops, and that's when the kite goes through the window, the power window, and gives you the maximum amount of power. And then it's a distance traveled, the technicality as well. So there's a lot of different factors, but we need the strongest wind, and I think that's why the decision's been made to bring it further upwind to the new location.
Aaron, I watch these visuals of what you guys do, and it looks superhuman. How do you control your kite and the board?
Well, I guess it's just natural. It's hard in those conditions, most definitely, because the water's moving everywhere. The kite is relatively, you know, natural for us because that's what we've been doing for all our careers. But these are definitely more extreme conditions than the average rider would usually push themselves in. So even for us, it's easy to make small mistakes, and they can be quite, they can be devastating at some points. But you know, most of the time we're in control and we're pushing ourselves to the limits out there. And it's kind of daunting at the beginning, but you know, once you're out there and you're in the zone, in the heat, it's kind of natural. It's what we do. We're in our element, so it's actually kind of scary, but it is enjoyable.
Josh, how much does it mean that South Africa are hosting such a prestigious competition for kiteboarding?
I think it's quite a big thing. Also, just seeing that kiteboarding in South Africa has grown hugely, as well as just the amount of people that come here every single year to ride the conditions here. Provides one of the best boosting grounds in the world for kiting. I mean, all the highest jumps that have been logged on the woos have all been logged in Cape Town. So yeah, I think it's great that it happens here, and I think it's awfully good.
And you personally, what are your personal goals for the upcoming competition? Where would you like to see yourself? In the final?
Yeah, that's definitely a goal for me, is to try and get through to the finals this year.
Lovely stuff. And for you, Aaron, I know last year you ended in second place, having won the competition twice previously. But you said that you spent 4 minutes in the final actually waiting to land the perfect trick. So are you going to maybe have a different strategy, Aaron, this year if you make it through to the final?
Possibly. I mean, we take it every year. You learn from experience, of course, and yeah, last year was some difficult circumstances, and I found it hard at the end of the day. Hopefully this year, yeah, I can take it step by step and make my way to the final again. That's the goal. There's some tough competitors, some previous winners that were injured last year, weren't able to compete, and this year they're back in it. So every year is getting harder and harder. There's some local competitors that are at the top of their game as well. So, you know, it's one thing getting to the final, but if I can get there, I'm confident confident in my ability that I can do well again.
So you guys are going to be going out to Kite Beach from tomorrow and just waiting for the windiest day?
Yeah, so we're all based in the area as well. So, I mean, we'll be kite surfing even if the event isn't on. We'll be practicing and staying fit and prepared. And then, yeah, it's just all about the call. We have a 48-hour notice in the forecast. If it's looking good in the next few days, they'll make the call, and we'll have enough time to be prepared and ready to go.
Lovely stuff. And spectators in the Western Cape and in South Africa will be certainly watching closely to see you guys out on Kite Beach. Thank you so much to the both of you for coming into the studios in Sea Point. That's Josh Emmanuel from South Africa and Aaron Hadlow, who has won the Red Bull King of the Year 2 times previously, and last year came in a second spot. That event taking place starting from tomorrow. That's when the 2-week window opens.